1950s, San Francisco. A man walks into an apartment with a woman he just met at a bar. She pours him a drink. Behind a two-way mirror, government agents watch the room. Microphones record everything. The man is not a spy. He is not a criminal. He is simply an unwitting participant in a CIA experiment. And it was only one small piece of something much, much bigger. The year is 1953. The Cold War has turned paranoia into policy. American intelligence agencies believed the Soviet Union might possess a terrifying new weapon, not a bomb, not a missile, but mind control. Reports from the Korean War described captured American soldiers making strange confessions on radio broadcasts. Some officials believed the communists had discovered a method of brainwashing. If that were true, the United States needed to understand it, and so the CIA launched a secret program. It was called Project MKUltra. The program was run by a quiet chemist named Sidney Gottlieb. Gottlieb believed the human mind could be broken down and rebuilt. One of his hires was Kurt Bloom. Bloom utilized his previous experience with Nazi experiments on prisoners. Bloom worked with Gottlieb on developing interrogation methods and drug combinations. Under Gottlieb's direction, the CIA funded hundreds of experiments. Across universities, hospitals, and prisons, scientists tested drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, electroshock. The goal was simple: find a way to control human behavior. But once LSD showed the most promise, the scope changed. One of the strangest operations began in San Francisco. A federal narcotics agent named George Hunter White was put in charge. White rented several apartments and turned them into controlled surveillance environments. They were brothels. Prostitutes working for the CIA would bring men back to the apartment. Once inside, the men were offered drinks. Drinks dosed with LSD. From behind hidden mirrors, CIA agents watched the encounters unfold. White himself often sat in the observation room drinking martinis, saying later how much fun he was having. Every movement, every conversation, every reaction to the drug, recorded. The agency wanted to know whether psychedelics could loosen secrets, or make someone easier to control. But the men inside those rooms had no idea what was happening to them.
You trust me, I care about you.
Not every experiment took place in a brothel. Sometimes the CIA tested LSD on its own people. In 1953, a scientist named Frank Olson attended a meeting with colleagues at a remote retreat. During dinner, someone slipped LSD into his drink. No one told him. In the days that followed, Olson became deeply distressed. The next night, having dinner with his family, Olson refused to eat and seemed distant. He told his wife,
"I've made a terrible mistake."
9 days later, he fell from the window of a New York hotel. Olson had just quit his position within the program, citing a severe moral crisis. The CIA also conducted experiments inside American prisons. Inmates were told they were participating in medical studies.
Is it over?
Many were told the research might help treat mental illness. Instead, they were given powerful doses of LSD for weeks at a time. One of those prisoners would later become one of the most notorious criminals in American history. His name was James Whitey Bulger. Years later, Bulger described the experience as a nightmare. 8 prisoners locked in a room, taking LSD almost every day. He claimed the drug caused intense paranoia and hallucinations that lingered long after the experiment ended. Whether exaggerated or not, the experiment revealed something unsettling: that the government had turned prisoners into test subjects. For years, the public knew nothing about MKUltra.
We may have a problem.
Then, in 1973, Watergate forced a reckoning. Investigations into intelligence abuses began. CIA Director Richard Helms ordered most of the MKUltra files destroyed. shredded, burned. But a small number of financial records survived. 2 years later, the US Senate began investigating intelligence agencies in what became known as the Church Committee hearings. The existence of MKUltra finally became public.
We must address the evidence before us.
Americans learned their own government had conducted secret experiments on unwitting citizens. Many questions remain unanswered. How many people were tested? How many lives were affected? No one knows, because most of the evidence is gone. The Cold War produced many secrets, but few were as disturbing as this one. A government agency searching for mind control, scientists experimenting with drugs, citizens unknowingly turned into experiments. Somewhere in a San Francisco apartment, a man lifted a glass to his lips. He thought it was just another drink. He had no idea. His mind was no longer his own.